Hi, welcome. Today we are going to study the title point of this chapter, that is chemical equilibrium. Now see, we know that reactions proceed to completion, that is until one of the reactants exhausts. Now look at me. Suppose if we consider a reaction, that is A plus B gives us product C. Now if in this reaction A is our reactant, B is our reagent and C is our product. Now when that reagent B react with our reactant A and gives us product C, okay, now when that reactant A reacts completely and we get product C, so at that time we call it as reaction proceed to completion. It gives us product completely. Now it is also observed that most of the reactions proceed to completion at specified conditions of temperature and pressure. This thing also we know that reactions require certain temperature and pressure for the completion. Now for such reactions it can be assumed that reactants are quantitatively converted to products and that the amount of reactant remains is negligible. Now suppose in case of A plus B which gives us C, suppose if we have a 1 gram of reactant A. Now if we get product C of 0.95 gram, then we say that quantitatively that reactant get converted into the product. Okay, now if 1 gram of A gives us 0.95 gram of C, then there remains only 0.05 gram of reactant A. So negligible amount of reactant remains. Okay, and we get more amount of the product. Now but there are many chemical reactions that stop much before completion. For example, dimerization of nitrogen dioxide. So in previous slide what we have studied? We have studied that we know that all many reactions goes to the completion. Okay, we get products from the reactants and finally we have more amount of product and very negligible amount of reactant. But on the other hand, now in this slide we are studying that on the other hand there are many chemical reactions that stop much before completion. It means that these reactions does not complete, that stop much before completion. For example, dimerization of nitrogen dioxide. See here NO2 gas plus NO2 gas, so it is a dimerization. That nitrogen dioxide, it is a dark brown gas. When it undergo dimerization, it gives us dinitrogen tetroxide, that is N2O4, which is a colorless gas. Now see, when that NO2 for dimerization reaction, when we take that NO2 is placed in an evacuated glass vessel, it is found that the initial dark brown color decreases in intensity as it is converted to colorless N2O4. Okay, initially it is dark brown. Whenever there is a formation of N2O4, it will become colorless. Okay, so what is observed? Our observation is that dark brown color decreases in intensity. But see, however, even over a long period of time, the contents of the glass vessel do not become colorless. So that dark brown color decrease in intensity, okay, but it does not become completely colorless. So what is the observation here? See, instead the intensity of the brown color eventually becomes constant, which means that reaction has not gone to completion. So when our reaction will get complete? When that dark brown color get completely converted into the colorless. So at that time we say that our reaction is completed. But what is observation here? That dark brown color decreases in intensity but does not become completely colorless, but it become constant. So it become less intense and become a constant coloration is there. So we say that it has attained chemical equilibrium. It has attained chemical equilibrium. So what is the definition of chemical equilibrium? See, it is the state where the concentrations of all reactants and products remain constant with time. Okay, so our reactants react to give us product. Okay, so when reaction starts, there is a decrease in concentration of reactants and increase in concentration of products. But when that reaction achieve equilibrium, at that time the concentration of reactants and concentration of product remains constant with time. So that state is called as chemical equilibrium. Now, since there is no change in the concentrations of reactants and products in a reaction system at equilibrium, it may appear that reaction has stopped. So one can say that the reaction is stopped when it attains chemical equilibrium, because what we have said, the after some time the concentration of reactant and product become constant and there is no change in concentration. So one may say that the reaction has stopped, but no, reaction has not stopped. On the molecular level there is some activity. Okay, though their concentration become constant, but on molecular level there is some activity and reactions take place in both the directions. Okay, now there are two reactions, one is forward reaction and another is backward reaction. The rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. So in our vessel, forward reaction take place and opposite to that backward reaction also take place. So there is a continuous reaction going on. Initially forward reaction take place, then backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Okay, so the chemical equilibrium is not static but dynamic. Okay, it does not get stopped. Reaction does not get stopped, but it always going on. Our reactant gives us product, product again gives us reactant. So forward reaction and backward reaction always going on that mixture. So we said that chemical equilibrium is not static but it is dynamic. So you have to remember this sentence. It can be asked for a true or false type question, or any other question can be asked on this topic. So chemical equilibrium is not static but dynamic. Now consider another example. A reaction between steam and carbon monoxide in a closed vessel at a high temperature where the reaction takes place rapidly. See, suppose H2O gas react with CO gas. This is forward reaction, this is backward reaction. Product is H2 gas plus CO2 gas. Okay, now this reaction shows equilibrium. Now see how. See this graph. So initially there is equimolar concentration of carbon monoxide and water. Same amount, equimolar amount CO and of H2O. Okay. Now when they react together, their concentration, when we plot a graph concentration versus time, when the reactants react together, their concentration starts to decrease. Okay, their concentration start to decrease, and our products are carbon dioxide and H2. Their concentration starts to increase. Okay, now after some time, if we see in this graph, the concentration of CO and H2 and concentration of reactants, so this is the concentration of products, this is the concentration of reactants, becomes constant. Okay, so at this stage we say that reaction have achieved an equilibrium. Okay, whenever the concentration of reactants and concentration of products become constant, then we say that reaction have achieved an equilibrium. Okay, so this is all about the chemical equilibrium. So in this lecture we have seen that What is the definition of chemical equilibrium? It is the state where the concentrations of all reactants and products remain constant with time. Then we have seen example of dimerization of NO2. Then again also we have seen the reaction between water and carbon monoxide gas. Okay, so this is all about the point chemical equilibrium.